podcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
This is TWiT News Special number 373, recorded Thursday, June 24th, 2021. It's Windows 11 time. Hello. Woo! Woohoo! Good morning, everybody. Leo Laporte here. Joining me, Paul Thurrott from Thurrott.com and Windows Weekly fame. Mary Jo Foley of All About Microsoft and Windows Weekly fame. We got everybody up early because in 4 minutes, we're going to hear about the next version of Windows.
Woo!
Play the video that they're running right now. Hear that music?
Getting a little dusty in here.
Somebody in the chat room said, "You're caller number 11. Your call is very important to us. We'll be with you momentarily." We are waiting. What do we expect, Mary Jo? Is this going to be huge?
Well, it depends. It depends who you are and what you're looking for, right? Yeah. If you love rounded corners, this is the event for you.
I do love rounded corners.
I know. I meant you. But if you're expecting something brand new, like Windows Core OS and all this stuff, no, not your event.
If you're less superficial than Paul, you might not be so impressed.
So we saw a leak last week of Windows 11, which gave us, a good idea of what we're going to see. Although there was a lot of missing pieces, and I think a lot of conjecture about Windows 11 perhaps is premature, given that this version didn't even have a new app store. And we know at least that's one of the things.
Leo, there's no such thing as premature speculation. That's ridiculous.
That's what speculation's for.
That's an oxymoron.
But do you think there'll be any surprises today?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
There's always some surprise, right? Panos isn't just going to go out there and say, yeah, you already saw the whole thing. That's it.
Right.
The end.
Right.
Yeah. So,
amazing, but
there's been some interesting speculation. You saw this in our TWiT community forums that maybe there'd be a new security model for Windows 11. They have said stuff kind of hinting around security. They
have. Yeah. I'm trying to look up who said this.
Yeah, give them credit.
IK Jadoon.
Hi.
IK Jadoon in TWiT community said to me, you know that thing they announced last year, this Microsoft Pluton chip? For secure OS stuff? Maybe they're going to make that the core? And I'm like, oh, I hadn't thought about that, but maybe.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see something along those lines, right?
Right. They have to say something on security. Yeah, I know. You only care about the rounded corners, but there's going to be something about security, right? There has to be. And the new store. We think we're going to see the new store today. So.
Yeah.
I'd like to see redesigned inbox apps, right? The mail app, the calendar app, all that stuff.
I'd be surprised if we see that.
Yeah. Well, at least, prototypes, like just our pictures, early looks. It doesn't have to appear in whatever first beta we get, but just that they're, those things have sat stagnant for so long.
I know. It's true.
Who is this Windows 11 for? Is this
everyone?
Everyone. I know that's Panos' answer.
Right.
We've talked
to the 1.3 billion people who know they have to rely on Windows every day.
We've talked on Windows Weekly about the fact that this may be just not a ploy, but an excuse to get people back in the store buying PCs.
I think
a lift
that's
to the PC industry.
True. I think that's true.
We've also talked about the fact that business might not be so quick to jump on board because, of course, a new user interface means more training.
Right. But I think they, like I keep saying on Windows Weekly, they're going to keep 10 going. 10's not going to die.
That's another interesting point.
Things are moving, folks.
This doesn't replace Windows 10 exactly.
It will one day, but not today.
We've got 30 seconds left. Speculation, will this be a free upgrade or will this cost money?
Yes.
And if so, how much?
Free. Got to be free. Anything
less than free, forget about it.
Great.
It's animating.
Right. The music, the painless window is coming alive.
No panes in windows.
We expect Panos Panay.
Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. Wherever you may be in the world, welcome. I'm so thrilled you're able to join us today. I feel both honored and truly humbled to represent an incredible team today. And as we assembled as a team, and actually as we came together as a company, and thinking about the beginning of the next generation of Windows. You know, a big part of defining the future is always about understanding the past, especially in product making.
Okay, note to the sound man, you can bring the music down.
And when you think about it, Windows has been part of our lives for 35 years. 30, that's incredible, right? 35 years. It's been a driving force for innovation. It's been an enduring platform for creation.
This is just killing Panos' energy, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, to help us do our jobs, live our dreams,
looks sad.
And connect with people we love. And for me, as I personally reflect on the history of Windows, and as we as a team
whoa, there goes his house.
Think about designing its future, it keeps bringing me back, it keeps reminding me, this is my home. This is a photo of the house I grew up in, and it's the place that my parents, they still live today. And even though it's changed, it's been renovated.
Little Panos in the window.
Still, to this day, the minute I step inside, it feels right. It feels familiar.
Panos likes to bring his personal life into the...
But it's not just about this physical space.
Yeah.
It's the feeling that I get when I'm there, the people, the connections, the growth. And for you, it might not be about the house you grew up in.
I hope not.
It might be a town, it might be your college, it might be a library, it might be a restaurant, a bar, it might be your gym. It could be anywhere, but what it really is, it's a place you can always find your way back. It's a space where we always know our way around. That's inspiring to me, and that's what Windows should feel like. It should feel familiar. It should feel secure. It should feel open, connected. Especially
open sourcing
right
Windows?
Now.
Yeah, not that
open. In these times of change.
These windows be closed.
These last 18 months have shown us quite a bit. And the PC...
Oh boy. Here we go.
We're buffering. That's our fault, not theirs.
Is it?
I don't know.
I like the new buffering sign. It
I
looks
see
like
other people saying it's a problem.
Yeah, no, I saw buffering.
Has played a role to help each one of us, whether it's with work or learning or connecting with each other. You might be doing emails.
I am right now.
You might be having meetings. You might be having classes on your PC. But it's actually become so much more than that, hasn't it? I mean, for me, for others, for some, it's become the office banter place. For
the
others,
office banter place.
It's become where you do your happy hours. For me, it's where I've done pizza parties with my team. It's where my daughter graduated. And for many,
they're doing the hybrid thing now.
It's where they celebrated their holidays.
So,
and during that time, we learned something.
Kind of confirming our speculation, perhaps, that this would be a Teams-focused
not just how functional
Windows,
and practical the PC needs
family
to be.
Windows.
And believe me,
something
we
connected to that,
and we know the responsibility of that more than we ever have before. But it also must be personal, more personal, and maybe most importantly, it must feel emotional. This is what inspired us.
He's
to
always
build
big on this, and I don't know
Windows
if people. This really resonates with people, to be honest.
I know.
To build
it's just a computer. Come on.
A space
Yeah.
that feels familiar.
Some people love this style and some people don't.
Yeah.
Agree.
Learn.
Yep.
Play, produce, and maybe most importantly, connect in all new ways. Right now, I'm so pumped in representing the team and introducing you to Windows 11.
So it is Windows 11.
Windows
I mean, I think
that brings
we
you
do this,
closer to the things you love.
That's the official name.
Closer to the things you love.
Pumps on your bingo card, please check that.
I think that was a gimme. That's the center square.
That's the center square, exactly.
Sizzle video. Here we go.
Sizzle video. Here we go. This should have also been on your...
I hope this logo is going to have rounded corners.
Rounded corners. The logo has rounded corners. It's official.
It's all about the rounded corner.
Yeah. Everything's round in this world.
Microsoft's a big fan of these fake glass, representations of videos, and I guess I get it, but it doesn't look exactly like the real product.
Yeah.
That translucent, yeah.
Well, going back to Aero Glass, literally. There's the new wallpaper. I do like
that new tray sitting there in the corner. It's not changing. I'm really surprised by that.
Create, connect, and play. Settings. The first thing you do in Windows.
Yeah.
Theming. Okay, good. Built for focus. Oh, they still have that terrible charger.
It's so terrible.
Connect with one touch. Is this Teams?
Interesting.
That's Teams.
Yeah, it was a little Teams integration right there.
Yeah.
Personalized feed with widgets. So
that's the news and interests. Yep.
Oh, that's interesting.
Automatically adapts.
Yeah.
So this is looking a lot more like a mobile
phone
interface, to be honest. This is, and that's not surprising, really. That's how both Apple and Microsoft have responded to the rise of mobile, is to kind of mobilize their desktops. No. DirectX 12.
Still.
There's Halo. That's not new, DirectX 12.
There it is. New Microsoft Store.
It's quite old.
My name is Luca.
That flew by really quick.
Yeah.
That was the new App Store, briefly.
It was.
Very, very briefly.
Flight Sim, Edge, Teams, welcome home. So this is the new slogan.
And then that logo is not rounded.
No, that's the old one, right?
Confusing.
Put so much.
Are you rounded?
Into this.
Are you not rounded?
We can't wait to share it with you. Windows 11. Modern, fresh, clean, beautiful. From the lock screen to Windows Hello, Windows 11 welcomes you. We put Start at the center. It puts you at the center. It's what you need closer to you, simplified. It's cloud-powered to serve you the docs and the apps you need. And the details matter. It is the details that enable you to get to that emotional space in connection with the product, to be able to produce and get the work you need done. The team obsessed over every pixel, like the way the light moves across the icons, the transparencies that guide you, the colors, the textures. They feel real. The transitions are beautiful, and you can feel their elegance. We redesigned the themes. We looked at light mode, dark mode, tuning the contrast with the materials so the content stands out. You'll notice the rounded corners throughout the entire product. The softer visuals, they happen on the apps that you open as well. And when we talk about the materials coming together seamlessly, this is what we mean. Watch as I open what looks like a sheet of glass that slides over the top of the product. It helps you understand at all times.
This looks a lot like a mobile phone interface.
Sometimes getting you the inspiration and information that you need when you need it. It's what helps you be productive and creative. All of these details coming together.
So these new panels sliding in from the left and right, that's not something we've seen.
How it all flows together.
No, it is.
Meant to bring you an incredible sense of calm.
Yeah, you can use it with
Now we
swipe,
talk about
or if
Windows
you just
11
click
being beautiful
on
on the outside, but it's also
like the Charms
beautiful
bar,
on the inside.
kind
Yeah.
The product is faster. Waking from sleep is faster. Windows Hello is faster. Browsing on Edge is faster. Browsing on any browser is faster, actually, which is just awesome. Windows updates.
Are they
Windows
faster?
updates are 40% smaller.
Smaller.
And
I was gonna
they're more
say fewer
efficient
would be better
as
than
they happen in the
faster.
background. The product uses less energy, which gives you more battery life and makes Windows more responsible. And maybe most important, Windows 11 is the most secure Windows yet. all of this craftsmanship.
Microsoft's been saying that since Steve Ballmer at XP.
That should always feature, right? Every version.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Yeah. Has it been though?
To create. To really understand its beauty.
I feel like Steve Gibson just spit out his venti latte.
For over 1.3 billion people around the world, Windows is what inspires us to imagine,
partner director for
to
Windows
create,
user experience,
and ultimately to get things done. With Windows 11, we made it faster and simpler to get started, to get organized,
nice big
and
Dell
to get
all in
back
one.
into what you were doing.
HP
also
laptop,
that you can be your most productive and creative. The new Start menu,
for the OEMs.
with its
That's
simple,
an HP.
clean, and beautiful centered layout, is optimized so you can find what you need quickly. Use the search bar to find things anywhere on your PC, OneDrive, and the web. Use the recommended section to jump right back to editing. Start utilizes the cloud and the power of M365 so you can see your recent files.
M365.
No matter what platform
is that a new way of talking about
In
Microsoft
fact,
365?
I was looking at this
I'm
power
not
and
sure, but
simplicity
I don't
document
like
on
when
my
they
phone
do
this
that because
morning.
not everyone
And
will
now with
understand
just
that.
one
Right.
tap, I'm right back into it. We're also making
Yeah,
it
it sounds
easier
like
to
an
get
internal,
started with new multitasking
abbreviation.
experiences. Windows has always been about helping you work how you want by offering the flexibility of using multiple windows on your screen. The ability to snap two apps side by side has helped busy Windows users for years. My team and I took the challenge to make an even more
Windows
powerful
8.
way to help you create and be productive. Introducing Snap Layouts. New on Windows 11, layouts tailored to the size of your screen. Pick the layout that suits you. And with a couple
That's a
of
good
clicks,
idea. Yeah.
you're set up to do your best work. And Windows is going to remember this. You'll see what I mean in a sec. This is complexity made simple, but deceptively
All your
simple,
layouts are right where you left
nobody
them.
else lets you do this with this many windows. With the new Start menu and Snap Layouts, it's effortless to find what you need to get set up and get started. Next, I want to show you how Windows helps you get back to where you were. Just when you get all settled in and organized
So
and
Jared
ready
was
to
pointing
work,
out that
a long
Power
time
Toys had
inevitable
snap
interaction.
layouts.
I mean, Windows 2.0
That's totally
arguably
from
had
them.
snap layouts.
Yeah.
I feel like it's from
Windows
Power
11,
Toys.
When you return to what you were doing after handling the interruption, or even when you return to the PC after being away from it for a while, you don't have to remember where you were or waste time setting things back up. Not anymore. This is Snap Groups, the collections of apps that I was using, sitting right here in the taskbar. Windows remembers and keeps them for me. I can get to it right from the taskbar where I'm already going to switch apps.
See,
And because they're right on the taskbar, you
that's a
can now
good feature.
choose to switch between apps
It is.
or entire
It's
projects.
not just some
This is next level
demoware
task switching.
kind of thing. That's
Bringing
smart.
multiple windows back together is something you can only do on Windows. Sometimes switching projects or tasks means switching locations, like taking a call in a quieter space. So if you're not docking yet, and pro tip, you really should be, an extra monitor gives you more screen space
You really
to
should
spread
be
out.
docking.
And you have the
But I can't
convenience of
afford it.
taking your
Never mind.
device with you.
Always be
When you
docking.
do need to move around, the windows on your monitor minimize to your laptop so they don't disturb what you were doing. And now with Windows 11, and this is where the magic really happens, when you reconnect, everything is back where you had it
that's
before.
nice.
No more trying to remember what you were doing. No more reconfiguring your layout.
It remembers
just
that
right
that
back to
external
the way that you
monitor
had
had a
it.
specific
So
layout, and
I mean, it
jumps.
can't
Yeah,
sync the
that's
most
good.
basic settings, but we can do this. So,
Experience, it's easier than ever to get back to being your most productive and creative.
no, I like any productivity
I also
feature
want
like
to show
that.
you 2 ways we're making it easier to always know where you are in Windows and in experiences like Microsoft Edge. As we research and watch videos and shop in the browser, it's easy to get lost in a bunch of
So
tabs.
that's not a Dell all-in-one. It's the
With one
monitor
click,
she's connecting
you
to
can
the
switch to vertical
HP,
tabs,
Yeah.
which I'm sure HP is not
which makes it
thrilled
easy
to
to
see.
find
but-
exactly what you're
Gotta
looking
share the
for.
stage.
The second way we're making it easier to know where you are
Is that
is with
Microsoft
desktops.
ergonomic keyboard, or
We
is it somebody
designed
else?
desktops to help
think
you
it's a
stay
Microsoft
organized
one.
and focused.
Just to show
Each
that we're all
desktop
one
can
big
display
happy
a different
family.
set of apps,
Yep.
so that you can
There is
make
no such
separate
thing as a happy
rooms
family,
for
but
the
yes.
different parts of your life.
A family.
With Windows
I'm
11,
glad to see
you
she
can now
wrote her
personalize each of
10
your
speed
desktops
into the
with custom
office
wallpapers.
today.
Exactly.
So that each desktop can be its own place with its own look and purpose. You can have one for home, one for school, one for work. You can even have one for gaming.
A great idea.
Have
I
as
like
many
that.
as you need.
Workspaces, basically.
Desktops are an easy way to help you stay organized and focused. They're different expressions of you designed for the different parts of your life. The team and I are grateful, so grateful, that many of you choose Windows as your place to be creative and to get things done. We took aim at complexity.
And complexity aimed back, apparently.
Yeah.
we're buffering.
But a little too complex.
Somebody's saying it's a shame Lenovo couldn't be in there, but I think that's a Lenovo bicycle. So
give it time too. There's more to come, so I'm sure Lenovo will be in there.
Yeah, they'll get all the.
I do. They've said a couple things I really like. Details matter. I've often said that about Windows, just about anything really. And then taking an aim at complexity, super smart.
Yeah. Yeah. This is really, if you're going to do a refresh of Windows, it's really all about UI, then you really ought to focus on productivity and making that UI more workable instead of just prettier.
But also familiar, too. They keep emphasizing the familiarity thing, right?
Yes. Start button's still there, start menu, taskbar, desktop.
Nobody panic. It looks different, but nobody panic.
It's pretty, but it's just,
So they're still buffering as far as I can tell.
Good stuff.
No, they're showing Skype Meet Now replaced by Teams Chat right now.
There you go.
In the toolbar. Yeah.
Look, I just said that.
Yeah, I just felt like saying hi.
We come back and it just says thanks, and that's Windows 11. Good night, everybody.
That would be unfortunate. I apologize to everybody.
Today. And even though it's changed, it's been renovated, still, to this day, the minute I step inside, it feels right. It feels familiar.
There's more dancing in these Teams videos than I've ever seen in real life.
It's not just about this physical space.
Don't you dance on your calls, Paul?
They're trying to get people to use this
alone.
for stuff besides business meetings. But
they're trying to show the hybrid, right?
I think that's kind of a quarantine thing.
Teams is near and dear to my heart, no doubt. And just like Windows brings you closer to the people you love, it also will bring you closer to the information you both want and need. I want to introduce you to a new feature, Windows Widgets. You saw this earlier. It's this beautiful sheet of glass. Windows Widgets is a new personalized feed powered by AI, serving you curated content so you can take a break at any time or just get some inspiration without ever losing your place. These and other innovations in touch, pen, voice, mouse, keyboard, they all come to life to help Windows adapt to you.
Adaptability, flexibility, and versatility are key to creating even more personal computing. So to make Windows 11 something beautiful that works better with you and for you, we've redesigned the experience of Windows without a keyboard, so it adapts to you instead of the other way around. We've refined the ways you interact with your PC to give you the flexibility to work how you want. And we've created new experiences to make Windows your go-to, not just for productivity, but also content and entertainment. So first, adaptability. I have a 2-in-1 because I didn't want to also buy a tablet. But to be honest, I never use it without the keyboard because it feels too different. Windows 11 always feels like Windows. And you'll see what I'm talking about as soon as you detach your keyboard. It's the same beautiful centered taskbar, just with a touch more space between the icons. We've added bigger touch targets and subtle visual cues to make resizing and moving windows easier. You still have Snap to make the most of your screen, and when you rotate, not only is it smooth, but we've stacked them on top of each other because it just makes sense. We've also added gestures because we know how important they are, especially when you don't have a keyboard. And they're the same ones you use on the trackpad today, so you don't have to relearn how to use your device. It's a consistent experience with subtle differences to make Windows adapt.
Most of the OEMs haven't really jumped on this.
Next, we've
convertible
refined the different
bandwagon,
ways that you can interact with your PC.
This is really a surface
use it
thing.
however you want to.
I don't
Many
know.
of
You know,
like to use a pen.
HP has the Folio devices. Lenovo has what, Flex or
and take notes.
yoga.
With Windows 11, we're enabling
not the detachable, but the the convertible type.
The detachable, I think, is.
I cannot wait for you to get your hands on one of these.
A weird idea.
Well, I mean, they said, as soon as you detach the keyboard,
right?
They want people to do it.
Yeah.
They want people to do that. Yeah. Just like, they're trying to reinforce that idea.
Which is amazing.
This is something that Microsoft struggled with since Windows 8, which is the kind of hybridization of the desktop.
You can swipe with
tablet plus.
Use the space bar as a cursor. And it wouldn't be complete without emojis and GIFs.
Is this because they don't have an iPad? I'm not sure why they're doing this.
Yeah.
Arguably the
they believe in the hinge.
I mean, to be fair, tablet PC dates back to what, 2002?
Yeah, that's right. Bill Gates was all over it.
I mean, back then he assumed we would be interacting primarily by pen, right? Not touch. That touch was not the thing.
And finally, we've created
Microsoft acquired Nuance,
to make Windows more versatile.
That means Dragon Naturally Speaking, which has had those voice commands. I don't suppose this is Nuance's product, but
anytime I'm on my PC, I could check stuff like my calendar, the weather, and the news. Instead, I normally pick up my phone because it feels quicker and doesn't mess with what I have on my desktop. This great new feature called Widgets keeps you up to date with the stuff that matters to you without you having to lose your place. It slides over your desktop, and you can use it like this.
So this is new, yes?
Or you can make it full screen to see everything
not
at
exactly.
once.
So Windows 10 has a news and information feed that is basically this.
Yeah.
But
they've repositioned it. They've given it that side swipe.
To the latest in esports.
The glassy interface.
But my favorite part is the
And I
news
assume
feed.
it's going to be
And I think you're gonna love
third-party
it too,
accessible with
because it adapts to
widgets.
what's important to you and delivers stories that might interest you. Whether that's international politics, tech, or the local news to help you stay close to your community.
Or antitrust, which we don't apparently have to worry about anymore.
And not only
or maybe we do. Who knows?
you can even support local content creators and authors by giving them a tip.
That's nice.
The last way I want to show
really
you
nice
how
feature.
we're making Windows 11 great for entertainment is in the Microsoft Store. We've redesigned the Entertainment tab to bring you top movies and TV shows from across streaming services.
So none of this is anything a business would want.
Then you can either
this is
cut
really
off
for
and
home
then,
users, yeah?
Or
Right.
Sure.
They're not even
Project
talking
your
about the
TV
business
with
store here.
Although I guess that, we'll see. That might come.
I bet it won't. They don't want to talk about that because it's bad.
Boring stuff.
by adapting to you, empowering you to work and create however you like, and by giving you the best of productivity and entertainment all in one
This feels like don't
place.
buy an iPad, buy
So
this.
as you move through
to
your
me.
day, Windows 11 moves with you.
It's got a ways to go.
All right, that was amazing stuff. I want to take just a few more seconds talking about the feed.
By the way,
Windows
this is where
platform.
Panos
And
lives now, just to compare it to his childhood home.
Think about the size and scale of the Windows platform and the opportunity
It's very
to open
glass-like.
up to local content creators
There you go.
and global brands alike. This is inspiring to me. It's good for both creators, it's good for consumers, and we're just at the beginning of opening up new real estate within Windows. All right, now let's switch gears for just a second. I want to talk to you about something awesome. Gaming. If you're a gamer, Windows 11, it was made for you.
Yeah,
And
baby.
the best person to tell you about it is my good friend and
Probably
colleague,
the number one driver
Sarah Bond.
of PC sales in
Thanks,
the home
Panos.
is gaming.
I'm thrilled to be here today to share the latest gaming innovations
Sarah Bond is
in
corporate
Windows
VP
11.
for Xbox.
Gaming has always been fundamental to what Windows is all about. We build Windows to be a magical place where everyone can play, connect, and
There are
create.
hobbits and elves.
The Windows legacy is one of innovation through collaboration, breaking down barriers, crossing divides, and bringing all creators and players together in a limitless world. Our commitment to
Is she
boundless
tilted, or is
creator
it
and player
is the background tilted, or
fundamental to
something's
what we do.
tilted?
It's like a Phantom Menace CGI background or something.
Yeah,
Windows
but I
is
feel
what
like it's
I like
also
to play.
making her look like she's leaning to the left
My
there.
first memory
Oh,
of
there
playing
she
a
goes.
game
Now she-
is with my
Aw,
dad when I was
that's a
7
cute
years
picture.
old, playing King's Quest II on his IBM PC. I remember the joy of navigating the
Running
8-bit character of
Microsoft
King
Windows
Graham through the
1.0.
2D world of Daventry. And I
Not
chuckle
if you wanted
now
to
when
play
I
that game.
realize
You were
my
running
dad
DOS.
was just
DOS, baby.
getting me to practice reading when he insisted that I read the dialogue out loud. Now, when I play games with my daughter, It always transports me back to that time. It feels like home. Today, hundreds of millions of people around the globe game on Windows.
Home.
The next generation can connect
This is definitely, and this is what you guys speculated. This is a version of Windows for home users.
My dad felt huge to my 7-year-old
or at least
eyes.
the pitches
The
for home
universes
users.
we all get to explore now are truly
But if I'm a business, I'm saying, well, I don't want all those widgets. That's just going to distract people.
They're going to tell us
Excel
more
run?
about that.
With superior
They'll tell us that
graphics.
later.
Yeah, there'll be group policies for that. I bet.
Selection
Yeah,
of
for sure.
games, Windows 11 delivers the best PC gaming experiences yet. And that is why
Well,
I am
thank God, 'cause you
delighted
can't
to
buy an
share
Xbox.
what Windows 11 means for the future of gaming.
Does it mean
First,
anything? It's still DirectX
Superior
12.
graphics. Games can look better than
DirectX
ever on
12 is
Windows
perfect.
11
Oh,
thanks to
it's
Auto
done.
HDR.
All right. The last version of DirectX ever.
Lighting and color to high dynamic range. We introduced this tech in our Xbox consoles and got an incredible response from creators and players. It's just awesome to bring this to Windows 11. The results can be dramatic. Just check out this
So they've already
side-by-side
announced this was coming, by the way.
comparison of
Right?
And this is
Auto
actually
our
a
own
feature
Bethesda
of
Game
the
Studios.
graphics
On
cards.
the left, you can see the game running in SDR, and on the right in Auto HDR. The colors and lighting are much more vibrant and lifelike with HDR, elevating the visual fidelity. The difference is stunning. Over 1,000 games,
Mary Jo, did you notice the
including
difference?
Age of Empires, Definitive
Yeah,
Edition,
Xbox Game Pass is
Rocket League,
integrated into
Daisy,
Windows
and
11 and the Xbox app. I just read that somewhere.
Okay.
on Windows 11 devices that support HDR.
I noticed.
And all of this with no effort required from the player or the developer. It just works. Next,
So you say.
amazing speed.
They announced this
With
in last
top-performing
spring.
PCs running Windows 11, new games can load faster than ever thanks to a breakthrough technology called direct storage, which we first pioneered in the Xbox Series X and S. With direct storage, games can quickly load assets to the graphics card without bogging down the CPU. This means you get to experience incredibly detailed game worlds rendered at lightning speeds without long load times. Direct storage optimized Windows 11 PCs are configured with the hardware and drivers needed to enable this amazing experience. But you all know, even the best graphics and speed are nothing without play. Which brings me to the final and most important thing of all. Games. That's why we created
Paul would
Xbox
agree.
Game Pass, built right into Windows
Pass
11
built into
through
Windows
the
11.
Xbox app. Game
Heard it
Pass
here
is a
first.
membership built to bring
Well,
the
I
power
think
of games
you heard it from the
to
people who are watching the stream in real time.
For a low monthly price, full access to a library of hundreds of games. The Game Pass library is incredible. It includes PC games from both Xbox
I mean,
Game
just to be
Studios
clear,
and
the only
Bethesda
distinction here is the Xbox app is pre-installed. This is available right now in Windows 10.
Titles from developers big and small, with more
This is
entries
not a new-
every
If you install
single
the
month.
game, the Xbox game.
The Xbox app,
With
which is currently
Xbox
in
Cloud
beta.
Gaming integrated, we've made it possible to play the highest
Like literally,
fidelity
this
games
interface is
on
not. This is nothing new. This
all
is already there.
Also,
When she
because
says
of our
Xbox
commitment
Cloud
to
Gaming,
player
is
first
that
innovation,
xCloud or is that something else?
cross-save,
xCloud, yep.
That's
You
xCloud.
can play these games seamlessly across devices with a global community of millions of players. Game Pass is simply the best way to discover and play
Nice plug for Sea
your
of Thieves.
next favorite game. And for
Which,
those
by the way,
favorites you
they
want to
just keep updating
you can
again
also
and
buy them
again and
straight
again.
from the
Yeah,
Xbox
it was
app
really
with
boring in
just
the
the
first
click of a button.
iteration, so it's good.
Yeah, but they've never stopped
Whatever you're in
updating it.
the
It's
mood
crazy.
for.
Yeah.
Whether it's an
They really do a
action
good job
game
with
like
that kind of
Halo,
thing.
Yep.
a grand strategy
important.
game like Crusader Kings 3, or an indie legend like Undertale, we've got you covered.
Whew,
And
all right, enough of the gaming.
Because Windows has the broadest hardware support in the world, you can connect millions of gaming
Hadoop.
peripherals and accessories so you can game the way you want. Everything from Bluetooth controllers, mechanical keyboard, the Xbox adaptive controller, and surround sound headsets.
Let's do a
Light
little
sticks,
round
driving
table
wheels,
of
and
different controllers you can add to your PC. Here's a
From
yoke.
the team that has always been committed to unleashing creativity, connection, and play, we bring you the best
I feel like General
Windows
Grievous is
ever
kind of
for
come running
gaming.
at her from the back there.
Superior graphics, amazing speed, and incredible games. Welcome to Windows 11.
Made for gaming.
There's your tagline.
Yep.
I gotta say, between the cloud gaming and the new gaming features and then the Intel graphics stuff that's going on, I mean, being able to game on a PC is one less thing you need, one less screen you need. You know, it's kind of a nice idea.
Well, it's an acknowledgement that PC gaming never stopped, never left. It really is the high-end gaming.
As much as they tried to ignore it for several years there.
You know, they sell Xbox. They would like you to use a console, but apparently they don't care anymore. Showing some of the gaming PC companies. So Razer. And, of course, Xbox.
Thank you, Sarah. That was amazing. Gaming is awesome. We've seen a lot today.
Phil Spencer wasn't part of this.
We've gone through productivity, creativity, versatility in gaming. But when you think about it, it's always about apps. And Windows has always been about apps. This is why we've rebuilt the Microsoft Store from the ground up. And we built it for speed. And it is beautiful.
Something missing from the leaks.
That's cool. I love seeing Disney Plus in the store. Yes. The store is so simple to use. Search is incredible.
I like it.
And it's still the safest and most secure way for you to get your apps on Windows. And we're making sure every app you need is there to create, learn, do, and play the way you want.
The world's greatest selection of farting apps,
out there, let me talk to you. First, you're our heroes. What you do, what you build,
they would love to get some of the app developers on iOS over onto
we also want you to be able to bring any technology,
some of the apps that are on Windows that are just on the web, they would love to get
to the store. Whether you've already built it or you're building it now.
Well, and they'd love to get Steam apps over.
Or a Win32 app, or a UWP. We just want to make it easier for you.
That's interesting.
Like that mean nothing to anybody.
That's our goal.
A UWP.
We also
what does that even?
Want to help you build your business.
Well, he's talking to developers at this point, right?
And whether you
I hope they're tuning in.
Commerce engine,
I don't know.
That we help you with. It's kind of a
strange thing just to throw out.
And you want industry leading
rev share saved this for Ignite.
Or
build,
bring your own commerce engine. And if you do bring your own commerce engine, you keep 100% of your revenue. We keep 0.
Yeah. Right.
A great example.
This is what Apple has resisted all along.
Not
together
Apple's.
Is with Adobe, who are just doing amazing work, bringing the Creative Cloud and Document Cloud directly to the Microsoft Store through their subscription services across a suite of app technology from UWP to PWA and Win32. We are really excited to expand this partnership with Adobe and to see what developers around the world will create in the Microsoft Store. Because what you do inspires us, and we want to help. Now, to learn more about it, we have a session for developers
we want to help
later today,
anti-Apple
and we are
right there.
excited to take a deeper dive. Please join us.
This is really a chink in Apple's armor.
Before we
also
move
with
on
antitrust.
from the store, just one more small
a real
surprise.
opportunity.
It's a real blind spot for those guys.
Coming to Windows. And I mean coming to Windows. They can be integrated into Start. They'll be integrated in your taskbar.
TikTok on Windows.
You can window the way Carmen showed you earlier with these apps.
Which currently doesn't exist.
And for me,
unless I'm
one of my
mistaken.
favorite apps is TikTok. It's true. And they're discoverable through the Microsoft Store.
Is that new? Oh, it's Android apps on your PC.
The Amazon App Store. It's really cool. And we use Intel Bridge technology to bring it to life so it's just seamless and smooth.
And these integrated apps, and it's through Amazon's store, not Google's.
From the most professional editing apps all the way through to the most casual apps you can think of when you lean back on the couch, the way Philip had showed you.
And Microsoft killed its Android Bridge, but I guess Intel did not.
We love this. We love that the Microsoft Store continues to be more open, inviting our developers in, inviting more.
But that was a jam-packed sentence.
Inviting you as our customer.
It really was, and they need a little more
A
emphasis.
lot to unpack there.
Now we're also excited.
Android apps on the App Store through the Amazon Store using Intel's.
He just blew right
Android
through
Bridge.
that.
Yeah.
We know.
Well, they're going to talk about it more at 3,
intersection
right?
of hardware and software.
No, I know, but this is still. I mean, people would want to know about this.
And that always starts with the silicon. And our partners from Intel, AMD, and Qualcomm
You can bet Amazon
have been
takes its
designing with us
30% on
since
the App
day
Store,
one
but maybe
to
not.
bring
I don't
these
know.
products to life for you. Focusing on battery life, performance, touch, pen, all these innovations and the subtleties in between that you need to bring these products to life are all being designed. As a matter of fact, what Intel's doing right now with their 11th gen processor is just awesome. With hundreds of designs coming this holiday.
Little Intel plug here.
We're super excited.
Versus
we
AMD.
Also have the largest hardware ecosystem on the planet. Between Dell, HP, Lenovo, Samsung, and of course Surface, from day one, have been designing products with Windows 11 to bring that elegance to the forefront, to help us build technology for you that will disappear, so you can.
You don't all can't mention them all.
Yes.
What's incredible about this open hardware ecosystem is it brings you choice, where you can pick the product that you love most with Windows 11. Go out today.
It's hard for me not to interpret this all
and
as
get your Windows 11 ready PC.
In contrast to Apple.
We hope you loved what you saw today. And I know it was a lot, there's no doubt. And over the last year, the team and I, this incredible
I would like
team
the last 5 minutes to be done again in 15 minutes.
You know, well, there'll be a lot more. Well, you guys are, I'm sure, going to get a briefing, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more details. I know there'll be questions you'll have.
Woven in our lives.
We'll talk about
work.
that later on Windows Weekly.
It's how we connect
10
with
a.m.
people.
Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern.
It's how we learn. It's how we work.
About an hour from now.
It's how we play. And through all this time,
so availability,
stayed familiar,
price,
and yet it has continued to evolve
SKUs
with us. It feels a lot like home.
No one more thing, Panos.
Windows 11 home.
No one more thing. There's no.
Thanks again for joining us today.
Oh, back to his
Doesn't
house.
feel pro. It feels home.
To introduce you to my friend, Satya.
Oh, here comes Satya Nadella, CEO.
Maybe
Thank you
Satya
so much,
will have
Panos.
one more.
Thank you for letting me in your house.
I'm really excited to be here.
Thanks for opening for me.
Today marks a major milestone in the history of Windows. It's the beginning of a new generation. I'm excited by what we have shown you today and how we are reimagining everything, from the operating system itself to the browser to the store and the feed. And I want to reflect briefly on how we got here. Throughout its history, Windows has been a democratizing force for the world. Windows has created entirely new categories for both consumers and businesses. It's led to many of the world's most successful software categories, from communications and productivity to design and business applications, each of which has created their own ecosystems. The web itself was born and grew up on Windows. It's driven silicon innovation and device innovation. It's enabled so many people, including hobbyists, students, developers, and entrepreneurs, to all dream big, turn their ideas into reality, and monetize their creation. Windows has always stood for sovereignty for creators and agency for consumers. With Windows, you can consume apps and build apps. You can play games and design games. You can buy a PC and build a PC. You can join your community and create your community. You can buy from a business and start your own business. With Windows 11, we have a renewed sense of Windows' role in the world. As I look ahead, I see 3 clear opportunities. First, Windows recognizes that there is no personal computing without personal agency. Personal computing requires choice, and we need to nurture and grow our own agency over computing itself. We want to remove the barriers that too often exist today and provide real choice and connection. We need to be empowered to choose the applications we run, the content we consume, the people we connect to, and even how we allocate our own attention. Operating systems and devices should mold to our needs, not the other way around. That's why we're making it easier for you to connect with the people you want, the content you want, the apps you want across all devices you want. Second, Windows is the stage for the world's creation. As a creator, every time you pick up a Windows device, it becomes a stage for your inspiration so you can dream big and create something profound and lasting. Creation is going through a sea change as the balance between consumption and creation changes. With this new generation of Windows, we are unleashing the innovation and ingenuity inherent in each of us. We want to foster these virtuous loops between content, consumption, and commerce driven by communities for everyone. These cycles should flow freely, giving people frictionless access to apps, files, games, movies, shows, content, and communities that matter to them. We want to empower you to produce and inspire you to create. It's why we're introducing a complete new user experience in helping you be more productive. And finally, Windows isn't just an operating system. It's a platform for platform creators. It allows for the broadest of design spaces, enabling people to build their own businesses and communities. Today, the world needs a more open platform, one that allows apps to become platforms in their own right. Windows is a platform where things that are bigger than Windows can be born, like the web. That's our aspiration with Windows 11, to be the platform for the next web, the next transformational software category, the next personalized content business. A platform can only serve society if its rules allow for this foundational innovation in category creation. It's why we're introducing new store commerce models and policies and creating new opportunities for local
Tell me again,
publishers.
this isn't aimed at
and
Apple.
supporting even more apps with Android apps.
Oh, it's absolutely aimed at Apple, yep.
This is the first version of a new era of Windows. We're building for the next decade and beyond. And when I reflect on those chapters to come, I'm reminded of an analogy from a 19th century philosopher
going to turn into the end
who
of
compared
2001:
creators
Space
to objects
Odyssey.
in our solar system. He wrote about meteors that flash but fade away, planets that burn longer but whose energy is confined to their own orbit, and compared them to stars that are constant and light the path of their own. That's
Not
our
exactly
ambition
constant,
with Windows,
but okay.
to help other stars and entire constellations to be born and thrive. I'm incredibly proud of what Windows has achieved and how it has fostered lasting opportunity for others. And I look forward to seeing what you achieve with Windows 11 and how it'll unlock enduring opportunity for people in the world. Thank you all very, very much.
CEO Satya Nadella, I think putting a nice cap on this and really emphasizing that what Microsoft offers you personal agency compared to some other company.
Certain other platforms you may have heard of that might be in court right now.
Yeah. That's smart.
Sure.
I think it's smart positioning, and I'm glad they brought on Satya Nadella. I know you guys have to go to get briefed, so we're going to end this. At least you guys can take off. We will come back in about an hour and a half and do Windows Weekly, and by then you'll have a little bit more information and we can share it with you. I will close by saying that according to WCCF Tech, that this will be available this fall. Free upgrade for Windows 10 devices. You will have to meet certain system requirements, including a 64-bit dual-core processor at 1 gigahertz clock speed, 64 gigs hard drive, 4 gigs of RAM. So that's not incredibly high bar.
But 64-bit only is actually really interesting, right? Windows 10 is 32-bit and 64-bit.
Right. 32-bit apps will be supported, but you will have to have a 64-bit processor. I think that's more about a modern processor than it is about the 64 bits.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Paul Thurrott, Mary Jo Foley, thank you so much. If you want more, Windows Weekly coming up in about an hour and a half. And thank you all for joining us. This was the announcement we kind of expected, a brand new look for Windows 11, clearly designed for the home as opposed to the office, although, as Mary Jo pointed out, it's very likely there'll be kind of, as boring as it might be, an office version of this with policies that eliminate some of the things like the widgets. They talked about gaming on PCs, how important that was. They showed some OEM devices, Satya Nadella mentioned the big three OEMs, HP, Lenovo, and Dell, and of course Microsoft's own Surface. They demonstrated how Surface tablets could be used in a tablet mode that was really, I think, redesigned to be a little bit easier to use with better touch targets, the Snap Windows feature, and more. It looks like a very pretty version of Windows. It doesn't look like there's a lot of changes under the hood. Many of the things they talked about, including auto HDR, have been kind of available for some time, at least in preview. The App Store is brand new, and I think pretty much the biggest announcement will be that Android apps will be available in the Microsoft Store via Amazon's store and using Intel Bridge software that allows the apps to run. They showed TikTok, an Android native app running on Windows 11. Satya Nadella closed by talking about the open hardware ecosystem. He said Windows is a democratizing force for the world. He said Microsoft is all about sovereignty for creators, agency for consumers. This is something he's mentioned before. And he said we're building for the next decade and beyond. No word about this being the last version of Windows by any means. And again, the story, and I guess we'll know more after the briefings that Microsoft is giving Paul and Mary Jo at this point, but the story coming out from WCCF Tech is that this will be a free upgrade available in the fall. And of course, I'm sure Microsoft and the OEMs hope you will get it by buying a new computer. That seems to be some of the point of it. Lots to unpack. We will do that all at about 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern with Windows Weekly. I'm Leo Laporte. Thank you for joining us for this special TWiT event. Bye-bye.